Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emery Hunt, the czar of the playbook. Mike McCarthy is the producer behind the boards. It's that time of the year where we go through all 32 teams with our 7-round mock draft. And before we get started, let's take a look at the mock draft rules. First, these picks are based off what I would do as the GM of the team, not based off what I think will happen or what will actually happen in April's draft. And we use Football Game Plan Scouting's prospect rankings and big board, which you could find at footballgameplan.com/FBGP scouting. These picks are based off what I believe the team needs are, and there are no trades in this mock draft. And finally, it's only a mock draft, so you can relax that sphincter and enjoy the video. In round one, I addressed one of the major defensive needs for the Broncos and linebacker Devin White out of LSU. I'm a big fan of his athleticism, his speed, and his want to at the position, and should be an instant impact starter from day one. Luckily, in round two, I was able to grab Football Game Plan Scouting's #1 center prospect in Garrett Bradbury out of NC State, just fortifying the interior offensive line in front of Joe Flacco. Gerald Willis out of Miami would be a great fit in Denver. He's a disruptive penetrator that's effective on both ends of defense. Continuing to add talent along the offensive line with Ohio State's Isaiah Prince, who could be a valuable swing tackle initially as a rookie. Going with his fellow teammate in round 5 in Kendall Sheffield, who fell this far in this mock draft because of his combine injury. He should be okay for camp, and if so, he'd be an excellent slot corner for Denver. The Broncos get a QB to develop behind Joe Flacco in Central Connecticut State's Jacob Dolegala. The 6'6", 235-pounder actually reminds me of Joe Flacco when he came out of Delaware. Dolegala has started to generate some justifiable buzz as of late and would be an ideal fit in Denver. I actually like the tight end depth chart here for Denver, and it's not the personnel more so than it was the guy throwing them the football. We know Flacco loves to utilize the tight end, so he'll put them to good use. You add a guy like Keenan Brown, that will give them an excellent H-back option that's also very good after the catch. And rounding out the Broncos draft with another gem from the FCS level in Nahari Crawford out of Duquesne. Don't let the 175-pound frame fool you. Crawford is tough anywhere on the field and has blazing speed. So that's a wrap here from the Football Game Plan Scouting Studios. I'm Emery Hunt, the czar of the playbook. Be sure to follow me on all of my social media accounts. Don't forget to check out and subscribe on iTunes to Football Game Plan Podcast, where you can find our Scout Team podcast, which features a bunch of prospect interviews from the 2019 class. And as always, subscribe to the Football Game Plan Network, located at youtube.com/footballgameplan.